Welcome to Holding Down the Fort by U.S. VetWealth. I'm your host, Jen Amos, a Gold Star daughter, veteran spouse, and upcoming author. This season, we're helping seasoned spouses explore new opportunities and ideas outside the military so that they can make more confident choices for their next chapter. Why? Because you too are retiring, and now it's your turn. Let's get started. Hey everyone, welcome back. If you've been following my show for some time now, first and foremost, thank you. Secondly, I know it's been a while since I published a podcast episode, but if you have been subscribed to our podcast, which you can subscribe to for free at insidethefort.com, then you'll know that I have expanded my content beyond podcasting to blogging. Today is the last day of the month of the military child. And personally, it's been a really fun month to reflect on what my life was like growing up in the military. Most of my adult life and my work for this podcast and at US VetWealth has often included my backstory as a Gold Star daughter. In fact, every time this month came around, I had often glossed over it because who am I as an adult to even acknowledge it? Except this year. This year, I took it as a fun opportunity to go back in time, go back to pre-Gold Star family days, and actually recall very pleasant memories of being a military kid. So if you haven't been subscribed to my podcast, I will reference those blog posts in the description of this podcast episode. I actually started the beginning of the month not really knowing how to acknowledge the fact that I was a military kid. But at the end of this month, I'm very proud to look back and appreciate the memories that came up for me. And to my surprise, it was just such a fun exercise to do because I also was able to uncover more of why I do what I do today and what I hope to impress upon you in my upcoming book, which I will get to a little later. So let me unpack what each blog post of this month was about and what it meant and what it means overall. Week 1 was about dipping my toes into the acknowledgement of the month of the military child. Week 2 was about the transient nature of military life and how that impacted my friendships. Week 3 was a very pleasant memory of cycling off base to on base all by my little self. And week 4 was just such a fun reflection on the best grade ever, which was 4th grade for me, and how my 4th grade teacher was a lot of things to me and the many, many field trips we went on that year. Looking back at those memories makes me grateful to be where I am today, to do the work that I do, and to appreciate my agency, my ability to choose in all of this. And I use the word choose specifically because when I was a kid, when I would try to stay in touch with friends, eventually our postcards would be sent back, returned to sender, and I was limited to staying in touch with friends. But I'm not there anymore. And I imagine for military kids, it must be so much easier to stay in touch with friends today. Today, when I feel overwhelmed with decisions, or maybe I'm taking certain decisions too seriously or trying to overthink it, I can rechannel the little girl who cycled off base on her own and the excitement and adventure that came into biking into the unknown. And although my life is not so transient anymore, although I'm not responding to the inertia of something external anymore, like the military, I get to choose to tap back into that childlike wonder and adventure through my work today with the military community, specifically our career military families preparing for military retirement. And so all of this leads to what I'm excited to share is the most up-to-date draft of my book, The Military Spouse Benefit Plan. If this month has reinvigorated, or if this month had resparked your childlike wonder and adventure, then I encourage you to carry that spirit into checking out the latest draft of my book. I have to tell you, and I feel like every first-time author or any author will probably say this, but it's been quite the journey to take everything I have experienced since moving to the East Coast and working with my husband at US VetWealth, podcasting to this book. Everything has led to this in hopes of helping our military spouses make a confident and informed decision about the survivor benefit plan, because it's more than just a death benefit. From my perspective, it's the opportunity to set a new tone for civilian life, a tone that celebrates freedom and choice, preferences, customization, a tone that is not military, but civilian. If you are a military spouse and you and your retiree has been presented the survivor benefit plan decision, I hope that you'll take the time to check out this book, because it's not secondhand information. It's a book written specifically for you to understand your role in this decision, your right, your privilege in deciding whether or not this benefit is for you and your family. And if you can look past the fact that it's a death benefit, if you can look past the fact that it's more than a morbid talk, I hope that you can embrace this with a childlike wonder and adventure and see it in a whole different perspective. The most up-to-date chapters are available for free right now simply by subscribing to InsideTheFort.com. The book will be available in the welcome email. And for everyone else, just check your inbox for the latest newsletter. And at the bottom, you'll see a direct link to view the book now. The last thing I want to say before we wrap up Month of the Military Child, because we have so much to look forward to with May being Military Appreciation Month, is that I never set out to write a book. I never thought that growing up in the military would lead me to where I am. But because it did, it's been very important for me to work on this very meticulously, very lovingly, very thoughtfully, so that our military spouses can understand that this isn't about me, but this is about you. Hence, the Military Spouse Benefit Plan. I wouldn't say I've been a perfectionist about this journey, even though I have been told, Jen, eventually you got to get it out there. Eventually, you just have to get it out there. And for the record, I have, as you know. I have been releasing a couple of chapters at a time. But it's more about making sure that you feel understood by me, and that my mission to share this perspective comes from a heartfelt place. And even if this book may not relate to you, maybe you might know someone who can benefit from it. So either way, I hope you subscribe to InsideTheFort.com to get yourself a copy of the book today, PDF file for now. And at the very least, just hear out my story. Humor me. All right. Happy Month of the Military Child. Thank you so much for being part of my journey. And here's to Military Appreciation Month in May. Chat soon. Hey, thanks for listening. If you're seeking a second opinion on the Survivor Benefit Plan, subscribe to our podcast now at InsideTheFort.com. That's InsideTheFort.com. Once you subscribe, you will receive a free download to the introduction of my book, The Military Spouse Benefit Plan. Why? Because you've spent years holding it down for your family, and we are dedicated to helping you own what's next. See you on the inside at InsideTheFort.com, or we'll catch you in the next episode. Bye for now.